Today we're actually joined by Rich Way from Ring, and he's going to actually be going over the products for us. Rich, are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Morning, Rich. Well, we do have a lot to cover, so I'm going to let you get right into it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for hosting, first of all, and thank you everyone for joining this morning. I know in these weird times right now, this is about all we can do to feel productive. So I truly am appreciative of the time that you take. I'm going to do my best to get through all of the products that we have, which is quite a lot, especially if you've been selling Ring for more than 4 years. You will have known that we started at a very small one product, and now we have cutting close to 50 products that are out in the marketplace. I'll focus on the main ones for this call, and then mainly concerning on the X line and the newly released Video Doorbell 3. So a little bit about me. I've been with Ring for about a year at this point, joining previously from Bose on the customs side, and then before that as an integrator and distributor. So on the screen is my information. If you want to email me, text me, or call me. These are my numbers, and I do manage the installed solution space for Ring. So I am, as a recovering integrator, I kind of know the plight, and I know some of the hard things that you encounter out on the field, and I want to be a good voice of reason when I bring that information back to Ring from you. So we'll cover kind of the general Ring story, cover the Neighbors and the Neighbors app as a pre-sales tool. Then we'll go into each individual units, the alarm, the doorbell, the camera, the smart lighting, and then we'll talk about X-Line. Finally, we'll wrap up with the Ring app Q&A, and then see what type of dirt you guys can dig up on me as you have been researching me. So in the beginning, our mission has always been to make neighborhoods safer. From the products we sell to the innovations we make, to everything that we do as a company is in an effort to make neighborhoods safer. So as future products come out, we always put that cover of, would this make a neighborhood safer or not? Our current lineup of devices, they cover the front door, outside, smart security inside, but it did all begin with the front door. Ring was founded in 2013 and saw inside of a small 2-car office in Santa Monica, California. You may even remember seeing Jamie on Shark Tank with the original Doorbot. Today, millions of neighbors have installed Ring devices in over 100 countries. We have over 2,500 team members in California, Arizona, and all around the globe. There's approximately 3.6 billion Ring doorbell dings and motion recordings happening every month. 2018, Ring devices caught or deterred over 3,000 individual crimes and resolved over 2,800 incidents. And just a little performance update, a little pat on our back. For the Christmas holiday season, we were the #1 selling brand among all home automation brands during the holidays. So let's talk about how we kind of form our business. We like to think of our business in what we call our 3 rings of security. First, it's the front door. We at Ring believe security starts here. It's generally the most trafficked door in the house and is most often where your packages get delivered. Ring Video Doorbell was created around improving the security and visibility of this area of the home. Next is home security, adding another ring of security by being alerted to motion entry in your home or yard just beyond the front door. Ring has created security cameras, alarms, and even smart lighting in an effort to make homes safer. And finally, Ring's mission to make neighborhoods safer brought us to the Neighbors app to accomplish this. So Ring Neighbors can be found in the Ring app. However, if you do not own a Ring device or you're doing a pre-sales technique, you can still get all the benefits and alerts by downloading the Neighbors by Ring app. You can join the neighborhood and get real-time crime and safety alerts from your neighbors, law enforcement, and the Ring team. And it's super simple. Create an account, input your address, and get up-to-date alerts of the activity around your neighbors from the Ring Neighbors app. This is a fantastic pre-sales tool. And when you have a customer wanting to get a just single Ring doorbell at the front door, have them download the Neighbors app, get information on the neighborhood, and then before you go out, give them a call back. Say, Mr. Neighbor, I wanted to check on you to see what you thought of the Neighbors app. I know we haven't come out to install that Ring Video doorbell, but I wanted to see if there were, before I went out, if there was any other areas of the home that you wanted me to cover. It's a great way to get people excited, to get word of mouth, get referrals, all from using this. I can't tell you how many times I've been stopped in the airport. Well, not recently because I'm not flying, but being stopped in the airport wearing my Ring shirt or drinking out of my Ring water bottle, that someone comes up to me and says, hey, I love your product. And it's usually a couple, and it's usually the woman that talks to me the whole time, which is really says a lot about the brand of Ring and how your company can be elevated by using and installing these products. So let's start with the Ring alarm. Just a quick little pat on the back again. We were recently nominated and won J.D. Power and Associates #1 security alarm company. So the Ring alarm consists of several different devices working together to create a security ecosystem. And our base kit, which is the 5-piece kit at Capital, includes a base station, keypad, 1 motion detector, 1 contact sensor, and 1 range extender. And the base station is the hub of the system. It also includes the siren, as well as LED alerts and spoken words. So when someone opens a door, you can say front door is opened. When it's armed, you can say Ring armed and disarmed. And then lastly, we have a range extender that we do operate off of Z-Wave. So all of our products will communicate wirelessly over Z-Wave Plus, which gives about 215 feet of usable distance. Typically in a home, you're good up to about 125 to 150 feet from the base station or the repeater to communicate. And if you already have a wired alarm system or you wanted to use hardwired contact closures, now you can make it smart with the Ring Retrofit Alarm Kit. It's a wired to wireless bridge. It connects your existing hardwired contact sensors to your Ring alarm via Z-Wave. Very simple. It's an 8-zone connector, and if you have more than 8 zones you wanted to connect, you simply add another retrofit alarm kit. This is a passive device, so if you have active glass break sensors or active motion detectors, you still would need to externally power those, but the contact closure would run into the retrofit alarm kit, and then that would transmit wirelessly back to the base station. And there's a few additional products that round out the alarm product category. There's a smoke and carbon monoxide listener. It's placed near an existing fire alarm or carbon monoxide alarm, and it'll let the base station know if that alarm is sounding. There's also the flood and freeze sensor, which can be placed to alert you of water damage in places where there would be water damage issues. And you can also add a solar security sign that lights up the night, let everyone know that your home is being protected. The flood and freeze sensor has absolutely saved my butt. I placed one of these in my sump pump area, and the circuit breaker tripped. All of my sump pumps, even my backup ones, stopped working, and I got alerted from Ring before my basement started flooding. So I was able to run downstairs, trip the breaker, and let the sump pump run, and it saved me. And it was a very inexpensive solution when it's already paired with the Ring alarm. As well as Z-Wave technology, Ring is the Z-Wave hub. So you can use this as a base station. So if your main line of security is, say, alarm.com, or you did not want to use the Ring alarm as an alarm system, and you have other sources to be able to do that, you can still use the Ring as a hub. And this is a bridge for Alex A. So say you install a Yale lock or a Kwikset lock. Once you pair that to the Ring base station, you can then use your voice to say, Alex A, lock the back door. As well as Allison switches. I have a street lamp in my backyard. I have it paired with a Leviton Z-Wave switch. When I say, Alex A, turn on the backyard lights, my backyard street light will come on, and that's through a switch through Z-Wave. So even if you did not want to use this as a alarm hub, then you can still use it as a Z-Wave hub. And then additionally, First Alert makes a standalone wireless carbon monoxide smoke detector. as well as Ecolink and Dome with external Dome sirens. Now, the one thing about security systems that I always get is, how do you make money selling Ring products? There is a very large shift when it comes to consumer and customer perception of Ring alarm, or I'm sorry, of alarm systems in general. And just like cell phones back in 2014, 2015, you could get an iPhone for free and then have your AT&T charge you $90 or $100 a month. And it's a subsidized equipment. Now you have to pay $1,200 for your iPhone, but your cell phone bill is only $40. So cell phone companies are making their money upfront, as well as telcos are making their money upfront. And then the overall monthly monitoring is, or monthly bill is, a lot lower. Same thing is happening with Ring and other manufacturers. Instead of selling a $399 alarm system, signing up for a 3-year contract at $60, $80, $100 a month, you're going to see that profit after 24 months, which is typically how the amortization works. And then the last year is where you see your profit. With Ring, you make all the profit up front by installing all the other cameras, because it is an ecosystem. You're selling the entire ecosystem, making all of your money up front, and then charging installation, charging labor, and then charging retail for all the connectors. So you're able to capture that margin. While it may not be as huge as, say, the 3rd year of that contract, the homeowner is much less likely to cancel that contract. And then there's other avenues that we've come up with to kind of get around a little bit better margin points, utilizing Ring Alarm as an add-on with the Ring X line, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. So before we move on to Ring Video Doorbells, there's a couple of questions that I wanted to answer. So Kenny asked a question. I think I addressed that a little bit out, and says Ring is just a network-based system, not GSM. We actually does have cellular backup inside of it. So if the Wi-Fi or the hardwired Ethernet goes down, there is a cellular backup on top of this. Daniel asked, can we use Z-Wave capability to integrate into control systems? Some use their own hubs. That is a Z-Wave hub. There is integration via Alex A. I say that so I don't want to trip anybody's Amazon devices if they're listening, or my own that's sitting on the counter. And then we do have announcements with Savant that will be coming out in just a couple of weeks. So we will have control of our Z-Wave devices through Savant, and then more will be coming, but I can't talk to those at this point. And then Anonymous asked if we have a glass break detector coming soon. I cannot talk about things that don't exist, but I know the current glass break situation is using echoes and echo dots throughout the house as glass break sensors, but they simply alert the Ring alarm and the Ring app. It does not call the police for you. So we do have that right now. There will always be something coming out in the future. And then an anonymous attendee asked if there was a model that integrators can get recurring revenue from. I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. The typical alarm model, there is no reoccurring revenue, but what our smart integrators are doing now is taking the recurring revenue that has been shrinking over the last 20, 30 years. They're moving that into service plans and taking the $30 a month that they would have been making, moving that into a service plan. I'll talk about that in just a few minutes a little bit more. And then Brian's asking about a thermostat controlled by Ring. We don't have any thermostats that are Ring enabled, but they are Amazon enabled, like Nest and Ecobee. So we'll talk about the video doorbells for just a few minutes. We have pretty much everything that you would need, and these video doorbells kind of just address what the application is. The biggest difference is how the power is working. So it's a good practice to understand what the customer has at their home, what their current doorbell setup is, and then direct the sale from there if they've got an existing doorbell. if they know the voltage of the transformer. If they've got Cat 5 at the front door, if they've got a old Panasonic door station that you want to utilize those wires for, if they don't have anything and they want just battery powered, or if they aren't allowed to modify the front door, but they do have a peephole, we've got solutions for all of that. So the Video Doorbell 2, which is on sale right now, is 1080p with 160-degree field of view. It is battery powered or hardwired, and we do have a solar panel attachment to it as well. Operates only off 2.4, and it's $199 retail. We did just announce the Video Doorbell 3, which will be coming out in just a couple of days. It is 1080p with 160-degree field of view, same footprint, same overall look, but it is dual band instead of single. And we've also taken the motion zones from going 15 to 30 down to 5 to 30. So you get a lot better reaction time and motion detection. The peephole cam, I'm going to talk about this not so much as an individual renter, but more of a enterprise solution. So you take this peephole cam, which has integrated peephole knock detection, so you can turn off motion alerts, but then if someone knocks on the door, it will act as if someone rang the bell, which is on it as well. Adjustable motion zones, a removable rechargeable battery from inside the home, as well as the Wi-Fi chip inside the home. You can go to an apartment owner, building manager, and install all of these with an enterprise Wi-Fi system and manage all that, give control to the home, to the landlord or the business property owner. And then the property owner can then lease those, not lease, but grant access to each individual doorbell to the tenant and offer it as a free service. What you're able to do is capture 20, 30, 40 Ring doorbells and an enterprise network to backbone to do all this in one fell swoop. It's a really great solution that you can utilize as an enterprise cell. The Video Doorbell Pro, everybody knows about this product. Everyone sells it. $249. It is hardwired. It gives you customizable motion detection. And what I mean by customizable is with the ability to pixel-based motion detection, as opposed to kind of like the baseball diamond or the PIR, which is what the other Video Doorbell, classic Video Doorbell 2 and Video Doorbell 3 will have. You can actually draw on the live view what you want to see and what you don't want to see. But it is hardwired only. Take that same product, make it flush mount, and then make it PoE. If you have a Cat 5, you can use the Video Doorbell Elite. It's $499, and then we do have an X-Line variant coming through here. Our newly announced Chime and Chime Pro, which will be out, I believe, on the 8th of April. It's 30 classic tones and seasonal tones as opposed to 15 of the previous version. It's redesigned, a lot slimmer, a lot louder. The Chime Pro actually is dual band Wi-Fi repeater. So if you need just that little push to get out to the front door, you can use the Chime Pro. And I believe that is $49 for the Chime Pro and $39 for the Chime, or no, $29 for the Chime. And this is all retail pricing. All right, before we get into the security lineup, I want to go back to the Q&A and answer any of those that have come out. Someone asked, will you have means to install and manage systems as a pro, install on a pro account and transfer ownership when complete without the long call to tech support? It's a great question, and it's a great suggestion. Again, I can't talk about things that have not been announced, but we have made a lot of strides in the last 12 months, even the last 6 months. A lot of things that we've been doing, we've been kind of on the fast track since CEDIA, and there is a lot of things in my back pocket that I'd love to talk about. Fortunately, this is not something I'm able to talk about as of right now, but I never say never, right? And then Lon is asking, we'll have more options for sirens coming soon. Yeah, we work with a bunch of partners, and we will have a lot more products operating off of Z-Wave. And then Paul asked, if a door is opened and is not armed with a chime-only sound from the base, will it sound from the keypad or extenders? Yes, when the door is opened, the sound will come from keypad and the base station. It also can come from any of the Amazon Echo devices to say the front door is open or the back door is open. So security cameras. This is the lineup of our security cameras right now. They've all been redesigned over the last 6 months outside of the floodlight. And there will be, all of these cameras have 1080p video, live view with two-way talk, night vision, and then a user-enabled siren. Let's look at each of those kind of individually. Start with the indoor cam, the least expensive, USB micro powered. It can be set on a table. The base can actually be removed and used as a wall mount. Customizable motion detection, which means pixel-based motion detection, as well as 115-degree field of view. Under the stick-up cam, the 3 different versions. There's a battery, a plug-in, and then you can add a solar panel to the battery to make it a solar stick-up cam. There is no difference between the cameras between the 3 different models. The only difference is what it's included. The battery has a battery, the plug-in has a plug. You can buy a plug for the battery and you can buy a battery for the plug and make them interchangeable. This does do adjustable motion detection. So it is PIR based, not pixel based motion detection. If you want pixel based motion detection, you'd go with the Stick-Up Cam Elite or the Stick-Up Cam Elite X. They're 1080p with 150-degree field of view. Pixel based motion detection, it's indoor and outdoor. It is weather resistant and it operates off PoE. If you can only get power to it and no network, you can still use 2.4 or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi in addition to PoE. So the Spotlight Cam, again, there's 3 different versions. They got a battery, a plug-in, a mount, and then you can add a solar to the battery as well. So it's actually 4. There's all 1080p with 140-degree field of view. The main difference between them is the amount of light coming through. The battery powered only has 300 lumens LEDs. The plug-in and the mount, the plug-in has a 20-foot umbilical cord that plugs into a wall outlet, and the mount is hardwired into the electrical system. So you do need to have an electrical license if you need it in your area. But they do have customizable motion zones on that. And then the Floodlight Cam, which everyone has installed if you've installed in your Ring cameras. 1800 lumens, super bright floodlight. It is hardwired to the electrical system, but it does operate off of Wi-Fi. So there is some new products that are coming out shortly, but the product that I'm excited about, and this has kind of come about from Ring finally paying attention to the integrator market, and this is our first step in a genuine way to come to you guys with the Ring X line. The Ring X line was announced at CES, and it refers to a bundle of benefits rather than new hardware. And each line is designed with a professional installer in mind. So it's built around a premium doorbell or security camera, includes premium packaging, so it differentiates itself from the retail product, Ring Protect Basic plan, and the lifetime device with a 3-year warranty. So the Ring X line comprises of the Video Doorbell Pro X, the Video Doorbell Elite X, and the Video Doorbell Elite X Access Controller Pro bundle. And as you can see from the Video Doorbell Elite X Access Controller Pro, you're looking at a different faceplate. That different faceplate is included on the Video Doorbell Elite X, but for marketing purposes, I want to make sure. So instead of the Rocky Mountain hardware, heavy-duty metal faceplate included in the box, there's actually a redemption form. So when you buy a Video Doorbell Elite X or the bundle, you go to ring.com, navigate to the accessories page, download one of 10 different finishes, or choose one of 10 finishes, and then we will ship that to your house or to your client's house free of charge by purchasing the Doorbell Elite. Out of the box though, it does include 4 plastic faceplates. So that's the big caveat with the Doorbell Elite X and the Access Controller Pro bundle, is that it comes with a $130 faceplate that you order, just like a Lutron engraving faceplate. The Stick-Up Cam Elite X, the Spotlight Cam mount, and the Spotlight Cam Wired X, and then the Floodlight Cam X. All of these are available in both black or white, but again, for marketing, these are in black because it's the X line. One thing to note about the X line, these products are not available on retail stores. These products are designed to be sold by you guys, install professionals. So when a customer calls me and says, hey, I want to get the X line installed, I refer them out to their local installers. There'll be more news coming on how to get more information about the X line or how to get more customers into your doors through the X line, but I can't talk about them right now. So again, to reiterate, the X line is a line of products that raises the retail price by about $100 to $150, but it includes 3-year warranty and a lifetime subscription to the Ring Protect Basic plan. That means 60 days cloud recording that your homeowner does not have to pay for. It also is available only through the installation channel. So you guys are making more money with a higher average selling price. You're also differentiating yourselves from the front door counters of a retail establishment, and it's only available through Capital and distributors that sell to installation companies only. So you're not going to see this on the counter at Home Depot. You might see this at Magnolia because they do have an installation division, but it's not going to be on the retail shelves. Then lastly, I want to talk about the Access Controller Pro. This is another product for the professionals. The Access Controller Pro, it's a way to secure your home and package deliveries through Ring. So it uses Key by Amazon and will remotely grant access to visitors and receive eligible Amazon deliveries. It's hardwired to the gate or contact closure or door strike and will give users access if they have Amazon Prime or directly through the Ring app. You'll be able to navigate either through live view or on the home page. So you can see on the video here that when you're loading live view, you can press that unlock button at the front door and unlocks the gate to allow them to come in. Additionally, you can go on the home page and click on the lock screen and click the access controllers directly from the Ring app. Utilizing any any relay control or wagon controller, so card access readers or any lifts or gates that require just a momentary contact closure for that. All right, so before I move to smart lighting, we'll answer another couple of questions around that. Kenny Harbin asks, is there a converter for hardwired homes? I'm not really sure what he's referring to, if he's referring to alarm or the doorbell. If you're referring to a doorbell, we do have plug-in transformers for hardwire. You would need to physically get a wire to the front door. And if you needed a transformer, Ring sells the replacement AC transformers. And then if you're looking at hardwired for, say, a Ring Elite doorbell that utilizes PoE and you only had 2-wire, there are third-party 2-wire PoE adapters that you can utilize. And then simply have that 2-wire go from say the doorbell transformer. Usually you can run a network wire up to the doorbell transformer and utilize a 2-wire PoE adapter. Kenny was asking about the home alarm system. Yes, that is the Ring retrofit alarm that converts hardwired to wireless for the Ring alarm system. I covered that earlier in the slides, and I'd be happy to contact you again. Give me a call at 615-545-4642 or email me r.way@ring.com. Anonymous attendee asked about snoozing devices on the Ring app. If I hit snooze, would I want to snooze on all devices? I don't actually have an answer for you on that one, but please email me or call me later so I can drill a little bit more into it and get you an answer. Jesse asked, are there any colors than white on the cameras, or can they be painted? Yes, all of the cameras are paintable, at least the plastic coloring. In fact, I've got my Front Door Pro has a bright red faceplate. There is aftermarket faceplates for the Pro and the Elite, but inside the box, there is included 4 different colors of the Pro and 4 different colors of the Elite. I believe it's cream, black, silver, and white. And then on the Elite, I think the same colors, brown, I believe is the other color. And then on the Video Doorbell 2, I believe it is just brown and silver. But they are all paintable. Greg asked what the minimum bandwidth upload per Wi-Fi device. You're looking at bare minimum of 1 megabit a second, but good consistent Wi-Fi is going to be 2 to 3 is where you're going to see actual real bandwidth. And that's just what the camera requires. Typically, if you have a 10 megabit upload speed, you're going to be fine. I've got 5 cameras at my home, and I've had all 5 of them go up with a 10 megabit upload speed, and they all work fine. There's only the biggest downfall to Ring devices is Wi-Fi. That's why you need a really good Wi-Fi network, such as Eero or any other of your enterprise Wi-Fi devices that can manage large coverage and really fast speeds. Brian asked if any thought of making the floodlight cam light motion and camera motion the same. No, because the floodlight motion, you can enable the lights to turn on when the camera detects motion, but typically you want those lights on before it detects motion. So that's why there's a lot more sensitivity on the floodlight itself. And the floodlight motion is PIR based or heat based, whereas the floodlight cam motion is pixel based. All right, so we'll talk about the Ring smart lighting before we dive into more questions. This product was announced last year, and all these devices connect via the Ring app when used with the Ring Bridge. It's very simple to use, very simple to install. They're all battery powered outside of the floodlight and the transformer, which I'll talk about in a second. These products are available through Capital, but I'll talk mainly about the hardwired products. So there's a floodlight wired. If you've got a customer with a floodlight cam and they just want additional coverage of light, say when the floodlight cam detects motion, you want all the other lights to turn on, you can do that through the Ring smart lighting. Floodlight wired is 2,000 lumens. It's $69 retail, and then it can be its own standalone motion, or it can trigger other Ring devices to start recording as well. The Ring smart lighting hardwired transformer operates any 12 or 15 volt LED or low voltage lighting up to 200 watts. So your typical front yard or backyard will use that much wattage. If you need additional wattage, you simply buy additional transformers. They all operate off of the bridge. The bridge is $49, operates off Wi-Fi, and then transmits to all of the Ring smart lighting over 900 megahertz RF, up to 1,000 feet. So one really cool thing that I really like the spotlight cam, I do, and I really like the floodlight cam. But when you get into homes that are 500, 800, a million plus, you start talking to interior designers, you start talking to decorators, architects, and they don't want to see these big giant cameras everywhere. So when instead, you can use a thing called Link Devices. Link Devices, you sell the stick-up cam Elite X and a hardwired transformer utilizing the Ring Bridge. It's a little bit step up in money, but what you're able to do is to be able to have the back deck or that spotlight cam detect motion. When that detects motion, you can have all of the lighting turn on to do the exact same thing that a floodlight cam would do. Instead of having this big, giant, ostentatious, hey, look at me, here's my camera, you can have a lot more discreet setup and offer your customers a lot more enhanced, discrete layer of security. along with all of our smart lighting, we're moving inside the home and then offering the ability to take over just existing floodlights. And that's through our A19 and Par 38 smart LED bulbs. They'll be available out later this year. I don't have an exact date on them, but they're going to be $15 and $25 retail, and they all operate off of the Ring smart lighting, as well as step light solar. As I showed you earlier, they are all battery powered, but we did come up with our biggest question that came back was, when are you going to have solar battery powered lighting products? So we came up with the step light solar and the path light solar. And then lastly, we do have a battery powered floodlight, which utilizes 4 D cell batteries, but that will change, and then we'll have the floodlight solar, which utilizes the Ring slide quick connect battery and a solar panel for $69. These will be out later this year. All right, so before I move into the Ring app for just a second, I wanted to answer a couple of questions. Chris, yes, we will be, this is recorded and you will have access to this later on. And then Doug, there is a pro website for training and sales materials that will be out very shortly. It's called the ringpartnerprogram.com. And we'll put a link in the answered. So let me type that answer really quick. All right, I just answered that. And then any available spec sheets on the X-Line product, pricing available now for this line. Yes, all of these products are available through Capital, and they have all your pricing available. If you need spec sheets on the X-Line, I do have a repository where I keep all these products. Email me, r.way@ring.com, and I will send you the link until the partner program gets live. Sarah Brown asked if you can hardwire the bridge. No, it is wireless only. All right, so we're moving on to the Ring app itself. So if you have installed Ring, you do know that it does require a lot of activity, and it has a lot of stuff on it. So I wanted to kind of go over what the newest lineup was. And forgive me if I go out. If I do go out, I will jump right back on. They're doing network maintenance in my neighborhood, and I may drop my network, but I do have a hotspot ready to go. So what's great about the app, it provides your neighbors with 24/7 access to the neighborhood. There is the control center was just recently announced. And with privacy and security at the heart of what we do, it's an imperative step to make sure that the neighbors feel safe. So at this control center, it's built into the Ring app, and we'll start with the account control progress. So here you can enable 2-factor authentication, the tool that enhances security of your Ring account by enabling 2-factor authentication from getting a security code whenever a new login is detected from Ring. Here you can also view and remove authorized client devices from phones, tablets, and computers that have authorization to use your Ring account. And this one, you're able to manage and shared users that associate with your account. Third-party accounts you can view and then remove if you wanted to. And this is the community control. From here, you can change and remove video requests. You can opt out of receiving notifications from Ring when local police seek information related to an investigation, even before receiving one. And then here's an active law enforcement map. It shows how many police departments have joined the Neighbors app, including your local area. And then finally, there's privacy information where you can view about how Ring keeps your personal information confident and confidential. So one thing that I wanted to talk about with the Ring app itself, just to clear up any misinformation or misinterpretation, the police do not have access to anything other than the Neighbors app. So there's no backdoor access that is granted to police departments. If a police department comes to your door and asks to see any Ring videos, that's the same as showing your cell phone. You don't have to do it. It's completely voluntary. And there is no subpoena to allow for Ring videos to come through as well. So anything that your customers, that the police department have access to, is through the Neighbors app. And that is completely voluntary what our neighbors decide to upload to that section of the Neighbors app. So this is another app that has been built, which is the Rapid Ring app. So the original app is powerful and allows an enormous amount of control over your home and your Ring devices. But there are times when you just need to respond to a motion alert or ring your doorbell, and every second counts. The Rapid Ring, it's a light version of the classic Ring app. Simply live view, motion alerts, that's it. And you can use it in addition to the regular Ring app. So here we'll cover the Ring Protect plans. All of these options are completely voluntary and will allow you to have multiple options. So if you wanted to not pay anything at all, they have motion active notifications. They have real-time view with live view, two-way talk, and a lifetime theft protection. Spending $3 a month or $30 a year gets you the Protect Basic plan. This is also covered under the X-Line purchase. We'll give you up to 60 days of video history. You can video save and share the videos, and then snapshot capture. And what snapshot capture does is we'll take a snapshot every 10 seconds to 30 minutes and give you real-time streaming of what that activity is happening in your home. It's a really, really great thing, and it's a bandwidth saver as opposed to doing full 24/7 recording of nothing. It is just taking a single picture every 10 minutes every 10 seconds to 10 minutes. And then finally, the Protect Plus, it allows you to have 24/7 professional monitoring for the Ring alarm, and will give you unlimited cameras for $10 a month. And to touch on the lifetime theft protection, we stand by our product. If at any point any of our Ring devices have been stolen off the property, file a police report and then let us know. We will send out a replacement to your homeowner free of charge. So as I said before, we have made a lot of strides in the custom division. And one of the things that I fought for as I started was having a dedicated installer line for level 2 tech support. That way you don't have to go through all those layers of initial support. Is it plugged in? Is the Wi-Fi turned on? This number here on the screen, 888-461-9718, is installer only support. Again, if you are out in the field and you need to get in touch with Ring for a higher level of support, this number, 888-461-9718, is the number to call. You can also email us at help@ring.com or chat with us live on ring.com. I have a lot of things that I am putting through for you guys. I have to have buy-in on the X-Line, and I have to have success from you guys purchasing and selling the X-Line of products in order for me to do all the other things that I want to do, additional APIs, additional resources for professionals with the app, additional training resources. Ringpartnerprogram.com is where I'm hosting a lot of training resources that will be available shortly. You can learn some additional training on learnaboutring.com. Let's see if I can bring this over into the screen. So this is our dashboard on learnaboutring.com. You can see all of our printable guides with retail one-sheets. You can see the Video Doorbell 2. These sales sheets are available to you guys at learnaboutring.com. That will be available very shortly on ringpartnerprogram.com. So if I go to this is for you guys to join the neighborhood, to become preferred partners of Ring. If you go and register your company now, you'll have these abilities once we launch the Ring Partner Program later this year. So again, ringpartnerprogram.com, learnaboutring.com, and then youtube.com/ring. So with that, I will open it up and go through the chat, and we'll see if we can answer some of those questions. So Mark asked, will you be opening up the video API for Doorbells so it can be integrated better with control systems? Currently with Control 4, we only get push button events, but no video. Yes, we will be opening up the video API for control systems. In fact, I've got Savant on that API that is launching very, very shortly. And then all the other control systems will be following, and I'm talking to all of them. Paul asked if there would be a recurring revenue model down the road, and what's the status on this? Paul, yes, there was we ran through a bunch of financial models, and the X-Line was kind of born out of that recurring revenue model. Because no one's going to get out of bed and install a Ring doorbell for 50 cents a month because the recurring revenue is so small. It's $10 for unlimited cameras or $3 a month per camera. So what we did is instead raise the retail price and increase the profit margin of the X-Line, and that will give you a larger share of that initial product fee. And so you can take that as your recurring revenue model or a big contract price to enable yourself to make a lot more profit than just the regular retail products. Again, that's the X-Line products, the Pro, the Elite, the Stick-Up Cam Elite, the Floodlight Cam, and the Spotlight Cams all have the X-Line treatment that's available to you guys. Someone asked if you can use your own central station for alarm dispatch. No, that is completely monitored and run through Ring. We have our own central station national central station that we use, and that is kind of hardwired to keep that down. Now, what a lot of people are doing is taking a service plan. So the typical alarm model and the typical model of recurring revenue has always been, I will monitor your system for $60, $80, $100 a month, whatever you're charging. That is going away slowly. I mean, you cannot argue with that. There's lots of studies and lots of reports, NPS data, security data that is saying that you're losing 20% of what you were making 2 years ago, 40% what you were making 4 years ago. That number is going to continue to decrease. What smart enterprising companies are doing is rerouting into a service plan. So instead of monitoring just the alarm, they're now monitoring the entire smart home. So Mr. Customer, I'm going to be your smart home liaison. Any product that you have that is smart that I install, your Amazon devices, your Ring devices, your Marantz, your Sony television, any of these products, if they go down or the network goes down utilizing, say, Eero, I can monitor that remotely. If that goes down, you're paying me $15, $20, $30 a month, and then I will come out and I'll fix that free of charge. That is your service plan. So they're rolling that monthly recurring revenue into a service plan. Say, we're going to give you the Ring alarm and it's going to be $100 a month, and we'll give you $100 credit to pay it or whatever you want it to do. And then that service plan then takes the place of your recurring monthly revenue from the alarm systems, or those that don't have a recurring monthly revenue. The service plan model is a great model. In fact, my air conditioning guy charges me $15 a month. He comes out and cleans my coils twice a year. If my air conditioning guy can charge me $15 a month and I don't have a problem with it, your customers can absolutely benefit from having a service plan through you guys. So Kenny said, a lot of customers with cable modem routers, every time an issue happens, you have to go out and reprogram their systems. I'm not familiar with that. As I've said a minute ago, I've got very large network issues happening right now. And whenever my modem or router goes down, it pops back up and all my cameras pop up. In fact, that's how I know that my network is back up, because my Alex A devices will say there's motion in the front yard. So if you have customers that need reprogramming every single time, there's a bigger underlying issue than Ring. An anonymous asked how many Ring cameras can be used with a Ring app or cloud recording. There is no limit. It's simply dependent on your network. There is, I believe I've seen 60 devices on one app, 60 cameras on one app, and that's a pretty massive network that is able to do that. And you can also have multiple properties. So I have access to my father-in-law's house, and I've got access to my home, and then I've got a line of cameras for my sample. And you can see that I bring here, I simply, hold on, let me bring this back up. So I can select this button here and it brings up my multiple sample account in my home as well. And this is the Ring app itself that you can manage. That is really no limit when it comes to that. So Robert asks, any chance of an upcoming camera with a zoom lens? That is a great question. I would love to be able to answer it. Unfortunately, I don't know of anything on the announced horizon with a zoom lens. I know you can pixel zoom. So as you're doing live view, you can zoom in on it, but it's a great suggestion. Someone else asked, can other IP or analog cameras be connected to the Ring cloud recording? As of today, no, just the Ring devices. The Rapid app does allow two-way communication. Daniel just asked if the Rapid app allows for two-way communication. It is a light version, so you can answer the doorbell just as you would from the regular Ring app, and you can talk to them, you can initiate live view and have a full conversation. It just doesn't have all the other things like locks and lights and other things like that. It's just a way to access those video feeds. Doug is asking what service plan is included in the X line. That is the Protect Basic plan, which is $3 a month. You're welcome, Tom. Are there any? Chris asks, is there any buyback programs for those that have a stock of regular Ring devices to make the transfer to Ring X a little easier? Chris, I would bring that up with Capital and see what's available. If you're talking about store stock, I'm sure Capital could work with you, but I can't answer for them since I just sell to Capital. Jesse asked, in an older traditional house with an old style doorbell button and doorbell chime, do you need to replace the chime? Also, if you put a Ring doorbell at the front door. No, if you have an older traditional home, my house was built in 1953, and I've got an old style doorbell button and an old doorbell chime. As long as it's providing the enough voltage, which is 16 to 24 volts, and is compatible. There is a white sheet on ring.com under support to find the appropriate adapter or resistor that you have to put in line. You can do that. And if you have any questions, please call Ring. And we have a dedicated line of electrical engineers that work with all sorts of stuff all over the world. And my Slack channel is completely full of, will this work? Will this work? Will this work? And it's a great resource. So please call Ring before you go out to try to replace it if you're unsure. Charlie asked about reports of Ring systems easy to hack and are not secure. I addressed that earlier in the training with the two-factor authentication that has been enabled, as well as Ring systems are not easy to hack, and they are secure. Ring systems have never been hacked. What it was a dark web brute force attack of using old email addresses and old passwords. Chris asks, is there price protection on the Ring X line so other CI companies can't undercut by giving up their margin? I do have listed retail pricing. I think it's in everybody's best interest to do that. So that does have listed retail pricing, but that's a great suggestion. I'll take that and see where we can go with it. Honestly, I appreciate that question, Chris. Paul, yes, we did discuss integration with Savant. Savant is coming out very shortly. Crestron and Control4, we are talking with all control companies. We want to work with everybody. Adam, currently there is nothing I can talk about of things that are in the works and with local storage, but it's a great suggestion. Doug asked, oh, hey, Doug, I've talked to you before. When is the X line launching? The X line launched on the 8th of this month. So it is available, and I believe Capital has stock or should have stock in the next couple of days. Someone asked, when a retrofit is installed, how does one avoid the end-of-life resistors ending up outside the module and a messy install? How about enlarging the box with a fit inside? Well, aren't end of line resistors supposed to go at the end of line, like where the either at the contact, not at the contact closure, but at the actual resistor itself going to the sensor? I could be wrong, and I forgive my ignorance. Enlarging the box so it fits inside. It's a great call out as well. I will see about that. Paul asked if the recording, if it is recording. Yes, it is being recorded, and we'll have a lot more resources once that is rebroadcast. And someone asked if there's restrictions on using Ring products in commercial environment. No, absolutely not. We do have, all of our products are rated for commercial use. It depends on the application. So a lot of people use Ring, the Ring Elite and the Access Controller Pro to take over for small businesses. And those small businesses utilize the Ring Elite as their front door station, and then they can buzz their customers in utilizing the Access Controller Pro. Phil asked if a customer can get longer storage plan than 60 days. No, 60 days is all we have right now. You can download those videos and save them offline if they're important. Steve asked how many Access Controller Pros can be used on a single site, and there's Ethernet version, or is it cellular only? That is a great question. I'm sorry I did not cover that. There is 2 versions. The Ring Elite X Access Controller Pro bundle is bundled with a cellular version. There is no monthly access for that cellular version, but you can purchase the Ethernet version as well. I do have the Ethernet version sitting in my home, and I've got a cellular version out, and you can have as many Access Controller Pros as you have cameras that you can attach it to. Joseph asked if there was a simple button to open the door, or is it only available through the app? As of right now, it's only available through the app. We will have more integration coming, but as of right now, it's only available through the Key app and the Ring app. Gabriel asked if the new bulbs offered in multiple color temps. No, there's only one color temp available in those bulbs. Wow, that was fun, guys. Steve asked, does the Access Controller have to be paired with a doorbell, or can it be paired with any Ring cam? It can be paired with any Ring cam. And you can see here that the video that I have on here, that actually does have, it's actually linked to a stick-up cam. So technically the living room right now. So this is a live recording of what I have done in my personal home. So yes, you can link it to any Ring camera. It does not have to be a doorbell. So with that, I really appreciate you guys taking the time. Again, I'll leave the installer support number open. Again, 888-461-9718 is your installer only phone number. Please do not give that out to homeowners. Any other questions, please feel free to email me, r.way@ring.com, or you can call me at 615-545-4642.
Thanks,
Rich.
Rich.
Very much.
And yes, guys, this is getting recorded. It will just give us a few days. We'll actually post it up on the Capital Sales YouTube channel, just like all of our other webinars. You have access to them right there. You can also reach out to your account manager at Capital Sales, and they should be able to get you the PowerPoint. We'll get that hopefully from Rich here soon, as well as get you links to the Capital Sales YouTube channel.